What's up? It's WWE superstar Braun Strowman, and you're listening to Nerd Radio.
I gotta put some stank on it. Nerd Radio.
Yeah, I love a stanky nerd.
No, I don't. No, not at all. No, don't put that out there.
Get out of your parents' basement.
Yeah.
Take a shower. Always take a shower. It's Chuck Bean, it's Al Beck, and it's James, joined by 8-Bit Steve for this week's Nerd Radio, wherever you get your podcast as part of the Beatpot Studios Network, but specifically on WRAF.com, as well as in Boston.
Rock 92.9 and rocks.com.
And every Wednesday afternoon on Twitch.
Yes, you can find us at the Checkpoint XP channel. It's twitch.tv/checkpointxp.
Yeah, so we're back for kind of, last week was our first Nerd Radio of the year, but because Star Wars was such a big thing, we didn't get to cover a whole bunch of these things.
It's like our Star Wars extravaganza.
It was, absolutely. So there's definitely some stuff that slipped between the cracks that I wanted to get to.
I could probably still do another hour or two on Star Wars.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about Star Wars for it.
We can return to Planet Taco sometime.
Yeah,
for sure.
We gotta get Joel in here though. Gotta get Joel in here.
We're joined by 8-Bit Steve.
How's it going?
You saw the new Star Wars movie, right?
Of course I did.
Where do you stand? What did you think?
I liked it better than Last Jedi.
Okay.
I'm kind of mediocre with it.
Yeah.
There's things I liked and things I didn't like, but I don't really have a strong feeling either way on it.
Right.
I'm not going to watch it again, if that makes any indication.
That's fair.
I don't feel like it has anything to offer me.
for a second viewing.
Yeah, it's a fair assessment. I
Yeah.
feel like if you're not going to watch
Absolutely.
it again, I think that speaks volumes. You know, you liked
Yeah.
it, but not enough to watch it again. I'll watch it
Yeah.
again.
Where does Star
I'll
Wars...
watch it again, too. Last Jedi, I want to watch again to see if I can enjoy it at all better than the first time, but I haven't.
I can't do it.
I haven't actually tried yet, but it's been difficult.
So, I mean, everybody who's a nerd has Star Wars is a part of your food groups, if you will,
Sure.
when it comes to being a nerd. But I don't know if anybody in this room is like major, like Star Wars is the top of the food chain. I know with Al, you definitely are a Star Trek fan over a Star Wars
Yes,
fan. James, I know you love Ninja Turtles and a whole bunch of other stuff probably.
Yeah, I don't know if I was building my nerdums in like a food pyramid. I don't know who would be at the top or the bottom
Yeah.
or whatever. I just like how he describes, his guide is for casual gamers. Like I
Sure.
would say I'm casual about
Casual
almost
Star
everything,
Wars.
You know?
Casual, yeah, and that's where I fell to.
I might have a little more fandom, a little more passion behind it, but for the most part, I don't know. I don't take anything that seriously anymore.
Right. What about you, Steve? Is Star Wars a kind of a major force, or there's absolutely stuff that you?
It was when I was younger.
Yeah.
I think, when the prequels were coming out and it was a lot of hype. Because we used to watch, I don't know if you guys had the same experience, but on Christmas and like Thanksgiving, they'd always play the original series like on TV.
Yeah.
Like on Channel 2 or 7 or whatever. So like we'd always watch that with my family. And so it was like Star Wars was a thing and it was really cool. And the prequels came out and I liked some of the stuff in there, but mostly didn't like it.
Right.
Sure.
And so I kind of just like went down that path, and then Rogue One came, and I was like, "This is actually really good." And
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. And then Solo came, and yeah. So it's been kind of with most of the stuff, but Last Jedi like just broke Star Wars for me, and I just don't think I'm ever gonna really care.
Have you checked out Mandalorian?
I have not yet,
Okay.
because me and Anthony from the Titans were watching things together. So
Okay.
we just finished. It's a British thing. God. The Shelbys. I can't remember the name of the show. It's an awesome show. It's got 5 seasons. And we're watching The Witcher right now.
Okay.
And then we're going to go to Mandalorian.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to The Witcher yet, but I've seen a lot of good stuff
it's
about
incredible. It's so good.
it. For sure. So you were part of a co-op speedrunning team called the Titans of Co-op last time we had you on a couple months ago.
Yeah, I dabble in a lot of different things. 8-Bit Steve's like the top of my food chain, I guess.
Yeah, well,
like,
that's your brand.
Yeah, it's me. That's the thing. It's like people think it's like a moniker. Like when I was a kid in elementary school, I was the kid that everyone came to for like cheats and codes and like how do you beat this section. They called me Nintendo Steve.
Okay.
And that's how I like made friends because nobody wanted to hang out with me.
Did you try being Nintendo Steve and Nintendo send you a cease and desist?
As I got older and then I wanted to like make a thing, I was like, I can't be Nintendo Steve because reasons. So we just 8-Bit Steve, and it just kind of stuck. Even when I tried to change it to other things because I thought it was stupid,
Sure.
it just kind of stayed there. But yeah, so I
Like a booger you can't get off your finger.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
That's a
I
fantastic.
keep flinging it off.
Yeah.
That's way
Driving
better.
in my car trying to get this booger off my
Well,
finger.
you meet some guys that have like really cool speedrun names or like and then you're just like, yeah, Maple Steve. It's just my name with 8-bit on the front of it. It's really basic.
That's a way better metaphor than the one Al gave us last week about the Thai food restaurant.
Oh, well,
Was it some sort of infinite diarrhea or something?
It was pretty bad.
it bombed, by the way. That
It
joke.
was real
I
bad.
thought it was an excellent joke. It just bombed.
It did.
You know?
I heard, and several people reached out to me. Was like, dude, that was good. I'm like, it died in the room.
Yeah, no.
It completely died in the room.
I thought it was funny, but everyone was so silent about it. I was like, it's way funnier if nobody reacts.
Yep.
Whatever. I'm done burning material with you guys.
You're going to save it for your, I don't know.
I don't even. I was gonna say I don't have my
For your
own Twitch
passion
channel.
projects at
Yeah,
home, yeah. It's like
Right.
For the Beck podcast.
yeah. I'll just mutter under my breath during the next guitar video.
Well, let's talk about some of the stuff that's going on in Marvel and DC. So Joker is up for wins 2 Golden Globes for Best Actor.
Yeah.
And it's up for a couple of Oscars too, isn't it? I thought I'd read
I
somewhere.
believe so. Yeah, I know it's.
Yeah.
I know it's won some stuff. I know it's up for some stuff, but I don't really pay attention to
What in the world?
any of that.
That like Joker is gonna like. It's one thing that Rise of Skywalker I think is either won or is up for an award for John Williams.
Yeah,
that does the
I did
score.
see that.
Which,
Yeah,
all right, John Williams scores are always great.
Yes.
So whatever. Even if it's a terrible movie, if John Williams scored it. Well, at least the music's gonna be neat.
I did watch Joker again over the weekend. It got the Blu-ray DVD release recently, and I still loved it just as much as I did the first time. So I finally brought it in though, so we'll finally get. Hopefully next week, maybe James will have seen
Yeah,
it.
we're trying to watch it this weekend. Ella let me borrow it.
Cool.
Hopefully I'll
You
get to
haven't
that.
seen it yet?
No.
Oh.
Like, I realized the way everybody was talking about the movie, I was like, I'm probably not going to like it. The way people are describing it, you could get the same feelings as watching Requiem for a Dream and
Yeah.
like all this stuff. And I realized I enjoy the Joker the most when he's like doing stuff to piss off Batman or getting his ass beat by Batman or banging Harley Quinn. Otherwise, whatever. The Joker's just another clown, you know?
I think you're gonna like it. I think Joaquin Phoenix brought a real element to the Joker, right? Because in each of the adaptations, Jack Nicholson brings his own personality to it, right? Joaquin Phoenix brought like you think you could be the Joker, right? And I think that's what a peak will connect with. They're like, yeah, I'm like that guy. That guy's like me. I can be him. But like when you're watching the Tim Burton one, you're like, yeah, I'm not Jack Nicholson. I'm not gonna be that guy. My face isn't gonna get dipped in acid. And but I think
ain't the part of man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where does he get those wonderful toys? No, that's
I don't
not a thing.
like Prince enough to be that guy. I like Prince, just not enough to be that guy. Speaking of DC stuff too, over the holiday, I subscribed to the DC Universe service, which is a little bit like Al's got the Marvel Unlimited, which
I'm glad you're talking about this because I had a friend reach out to me and ask me if it's worth the cash.
So the DC Universe has, much like Marvel Unlimited, has a bunch of the comics. The DC Universe has a bunch of comics, and you can pull it up on your phone or a tablet or on your desktop or something like that and check that stuff out. But then they have a video side of it too, and they've been creating over the last year all this original content. They did a show for Doom Patrol. They did a Swamp Thing show. And one of the reasons I grabbed it is because I kept seeing these ads for the Harley Quinn cartoon that's on there, and I know that your household, James, is a big Harley Quinn household.
Yeah,
You and
my
Cody both.
fiance is a big Harley Quinn fan.
I think you really should see this cartoon. I think this cartoon is really right up your alley because it's definitely an R-rated cartoon. There's a lot of swearing. There's a lot of violence
Okay,
in it. The voice cast is phenomenal.
really?
Yeah, Harley is voiced by Kaylee Kuko from
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang
Yeah.
Theory,
Oh.
which is absolutely cool. Alan Tudyk is in it.
Nice.
He does Clayface. Jason Alexander plays a character in there from Seinfeld.
Yeah,
Which
George.
There's a bunch of really good comedians and voice actors in this show.
And Alan Tudyk, of course, was from Firefly.
Yeah.
Wash.
But it's this the gist of the season. I've only watched a couple episodes, but the gist of the season is that Harley is seen by everyone in Gotham as the Joker's sidekick, and she wants to branch out and be her own thing.
Okay,
So she shacks up with Poison Ivy, which is she's also phenomenal because she's like Daria. She's just so nonplussed about like everything that's going on, and tries to put together her own gang and tries to take on I don't know who they got voicing Robin. It's the most current Robin. It's Damian Wayne, but he sounds like a 12-year-old boy. And
Really?
he's convinced that Harley is his nemesis, and she doesn't want to have a 12-year-old boy for a nemesis.
that's funny.
I have seen a clip of the show.
Yeah.
Somebody else hit me up on Twitter telling me that I had to watch it.
Right.
And sent me a clip. And it was very entertaining, the clip.
It is. The first episode is a little over the top. The language, like they use the F word quite liberally in the first episode, like the pilot
doesn't bother
episode.
me any.
But the second episode is my favorite so far of the ones I've seen because Harley and Ivy go to the Penguin's son's bar mitzvah.
Oh wow!
And a bunch of the other villains. That's the thing too, is whoever's voicing Bane is absolutely doing the Bane from the Christopher Nolan movies.
Oh really?
So he sounds a bit like this while he's talking. But he's so beaten down by the Joker. All the other villains, like the Joker, will be mean to them, and there's like, that's real funny, boss, cool. It's hilarity ensues, man. And my favorite part was they had Kite Man, which in the current Batman or the Tom King Batman stuff, Kite Man became a kind of a joke villain. I mean, he's a joke villain anyways, but even if
so he sounds like a joke, Kite Man.
Yeah, he's Kite Man.
Is he like the nemesis to Charlie Brown?
Charlie Brown.
Well, he used to fly kites, right?
Arg!
The trees would eat him, you know? I feel like there's something kite related with Charlie Brown.
No, absolutely.
Okay.
You're right. But the Harley Quinn show is really fun. I've watched a couple episodes of Swamp Thing, and that's been really cool. It has the Constantine show that NBC had one season of on there.
Are these all animated, live action?
Constantine and Swamp Thing are live action. Harley's the only animated thing I've watched that's on there, but I know they have some of their animated.
So the big question, though, is it worth it?
I don't know. I don't think so. Because
so what's the cost?
Typically it's like $75 for a year.
Wowie, okay.
But they were doing a thing over the holidays where it's like $60 for the year. And I'm like, okay, I'll pay.
Yeah, it's $5 a month or so, give or
Excuse
take,
me.
around $5.
I'll pay that. But that's the weird thing is like on both sides, on the comic side and the video side, there are very strange holes in the service. Like on the comic book side, they don't have a bunch of the Vertigo comic stuff. So like Sandman or Hellblazer or all this stuff from the 90s that like I would want to read is not in there. But then they've got like all of Alan Moore's Swamp Thing run, which is predates that stuff. And they've got a bunch of Grant Morrison's Batman run is in there.
I'm out.
But it's stuff that like I missed out the first time. But if it's on a service where I can flip through it on my phone, then yeah, I'll try this out. But then on the video side, it's also weird because they have all this original content. They've got some of their classic content. Like they have all the Christopher Reeve Superman movies on there, but not a single Michael Keaton Batman. Just
that's strange.
Really weird stuff missing.
A lot more Christopher Reeves Supermans. There's only 2 Michael Keaton Batmans, right?
Well, like that whole line of Batmans, though.
Yeah, so
like
I'm assuming then like Batman Forever's not
Batman Forever's not on there. Batman and Robin isn't on there. Like that whole line of like 90s, late 80s Batman movies, nowhere to be found. But they have the cartoon, the animated series. They have like all the episodes of Batman the animated series from the 90s.
It is weird how they picked and chose. Maybe that's just stuff they couldn't get the licensing from, or if it's their service, you think they own it. They could just be like, we're putting it on a service. You don't
right.
like it.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, Disney Plus still doesn't have all the Marvel stuff because they're waiting on contracts to run out with Netflix.
That's what I was going to bring up is that you've got, like with Disney Plus, you're missing the SpiderMan movies. It just occurred to me the other day that it's like when the Morbius trailer came out, it's like, oh yeah, I haven't seen Far From Home since I saw it in the theater because it's not on Disney Plus.
Right.
And that's so weird. You know what they did add to Disney Plus over the last couple of weeks, though, is the second Fantastic Four movie, Rise of Galactus. Not the first one, and not the one that everyone hated.
Wait, Rise of Galactus?
We're talking about Silver Surfer?
I'm sorry, Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that one is now on Disney Plus.
Oh, it is?
Yes. So that's I guess a hint towards. I know that there was
a real selling point there, buddy.
There was well, and there was a story over the holidays too that over in Australia they put all the X-Men movies on Disney Plus. So I would imagine eventually they're gonna filter into the US the US servers.
I just realized I haven't watched Disney Plus in a while now.
Ever since Mandalorian stops,
yeah.
You're like, well, I'm done with that.
I got my fill of the Adventures of the Gummy Bears and DuckTales, and it's just sitting there now. Yeah.
I think the only thing I've watched on there was the Mandalorian.
It's fascinating that's how that's worked out. That a lot of people were all in for this Star Wars show that came out weekly, and then like there were people that just canceled it as soon as the Mandalorian was over, and there's people like Al that were like, all right, now I want to check it out now that I can just binge through all of them.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of Marvel stuff and Disney Plus, though, there's a rumor right now that the Hawkeye series has been delayed indefinitely.
Yeah.
Oh, indefinitely?
Yes.
Wow.
They're trying to figure out what they're going to do with Jeremy Renner after it came out a couple of months ago that him and his wife are getting a divorce, and it's looking pretty ugly. might be some rage issues at home.
Oh, that dirt's coming out on Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, so they're trying to figure out what are we going to do with this Hawkeye character and this show we were going to put on the service.
Just make a Ronin show. I mean, that's what he was in Endgame. Right?
I swear to God,
he's mad.
I don't care if you recast a character. If you wanted to continue to have Captain America be in the movies and Chris Evans just wasn't going to be him anymore, but somebody else was, you don't even have to give me an in-universe reason.
Right.
It's just this guy's Captain America now. How many Batmans have we been through in our lifetime?
Give him the James Bond treatment.
How many Spider-Mans have we been through? Like, okay, this guy's Captain America now. Cool. I don't like him as much as the last guy, but I'll give him a chance to grow on me. Speaking of the Morbius trailer, I know that neither of you guys are into trailers, but Steve, have you checked it out?
Yeah.
The Morbius trailer?
I was really into the 90s Spider-Man cartoon when Morbius was in that. And that's the first time I got introduced to that character. Most of the comics I read in the 90s were like Venom and Carnage and that whole, they had the video games and that was like marketed directly to me. Yeah, Maximum Carnage and Separation Anxiety.
How fast can you beat that one?
Pretty fast.
Oh my God!
I actually know the guy who used to have the world record for both games. He's a good friend of mine. But he lives in Arizona, so
okay.
But
I actually did check out this trailer. I didn't realize Jared Leto was playing Morbius.
Yeah,
I was like, what? Forget the Joker. He looks like a killer Morbius. He looks great. He looks exactly how I would want him to look in the movies. I think he looks awesome, and I mean, I think he's a very talented actor, so he'll be able to pull this off. And I hope this takes off more so than whatever the Joker thing happened. I thought he was
the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I liked him. I liked him with the grill, being more like a gangster, like.
I do want to go back and watch that again because I wasn't crazy about him as the Joker, but a lot of people did like his performance. And I am a Jared Leto fan. I think he's a great actor.
And I mean, you can't really judge him on the performance he had in Suicide Squad because he was in the movie for like 10 seconds.
True, yeah.
He flew in a helicopter to perform a crazy thing, and you see him a little bit driving a car, and then you see him a little bit at the beginning, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all he is. There's not a whole lot of Joker content in the Suicide Squad movie, but I would have liked to see him flesh that out and give him a full-length film and do something with Harley Quinn. Anytime you can get Margot Robbie on screen just as Harley Quinn, like, are you going to take my $10? I'm going to go watch that.
Yeah, well, they're going to take you $10 in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
that new Birds of Prey movie comes out.
I can't wait to see that too.
My favorite thing about Jared Leto in movies is when bad things happen to him. I like watching Requiem for a Dream. I like when he gets killed in American Psycho.
Oh yeah.
You must really enjoy Fight Club. You must really enjoy Fight Club.
I like seeing him getting beat up in Fight Club.
He gets beaten to a pulp.
But yeah, this Morbius movie looks like genuinely like it's going to be a good time. Like Venom was a really good time.
And still haven't watched that.
Oh,
it's worth it.
Wow, I should bring Venom in so you can watch that.
I haven't. I just haven't watched it.
Forget it. You're on your own with that one.
Right. That's the homework. James is going to watch Joker. You need to watch Venom.
Yeah,
and you can compare notes
with Morbius. And if you've seen all of Venom, unlike Al, at the very end, you can kind of see what they're leading towards.
Yep.
So I'm like, are they going to do a maximum?
Like a maximum carnage, maybe?
Maximum?
I sure hope so.
A maximum? I don't want to say it because it kind of gives away what happens at the very, very, very end of Venom.
Right. No, it looks like it's going to be a neat movie. It looks like it ties into the different Marvel universes. Like there's a scene where he's running through an alley and there's a Spider-Man spray painted on the back with murder spray painted across it. So I think that's a reference to Far From Home. And the interesting thing about that Amy, actually, somebody that she works with, pointed out is the Spider-Man that's spray painted on there is the Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Is it?
Yeah. If you said, I was like, that can't be true. And then I froze it. I watched it last night and froze it on there. I was like, yeah, somebody drew this for Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
They must be taking
on there.
elements from the movies that they have rights to or the ability to use in the film, but referencing moments that happened in a film that they don't have any ground to stand on to use. That's funny.
That was the other thing that I thought was cool, too, is we didn't talk about the New Mutants trailer came out, and I'm super pumped about that movie. I can't wait for that. But apparently somebody that works with the Marvel Cinematic Universe said that it counts. It counts as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
Which will be interesting to see how, is there anything in the movie that makes it count, or is it you just saying that so that you can use it later on down the line when you want to start incorporating X-Men?
Yeah, is this the first time they're going to be sort of cluing, or not cluing, but adding the X-Men stuff to canon?
Yeah, I think so, as far as the Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff works.
Okay.
So they might actually reference things that have happened within the Avengers.
That's what I'm wondering, because they're saying that this version of the New Mutants movie is actually because they were the reason that it's been delayed for so long is because they wanted to do reshoots when Fox was still owning it, and they were going to completely kind of junk it up. And this version, they're saying, is the original version that the director, this is the one he wanted to release.
Okay.
So it's going to be a horror movie, which is neat. The casting looks fantastic. All the characters look like they did in the comics. I can't. That comes out in April. I'm on board. I'm there opening night. All right, well, let's get to. I've got another. Let's take another break. I've got a couple more things to hit you guys up with, and we're going to talk to 8-Bit Steve some more. We're happy to have you along.
Great to be here.
Nerd Radio is coming back in just a minute. Man, that was shoes in a dryer, wasn't it?